Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name is Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Time has run out for Nebraskans who rely on SNAP benefits in the state's largest city, trying to fill that need as best they can. Omaha's Mayor John Ewing announced a citywide food drive, calling the effort Omaha Leads and Feeds. Ewing said the donations will go toward the food bank for the Heartland. Over 155,000 Nebraskans receive SNAP benefits. All of them learned this week that the Department of Health and Human Services is pausing their benefits until the government shutdown's over.
I think it's important for all of us to step up from the local level, state level, and federal level. We're supposed to be representing the people, and this is an example of reaching out to those people and helping them in their time of need.
The mayor's office at 12 different locations around Omaha have been set up as food drop-off spots. Residents are being asked to donate non-perishable food items. The drive will last through at least November 5th. SNAP benefits are now on pause for the entire state of Nebraska, but a lawsuit at the federal level could create a new avenue to fund the program, formerly known as food stamps. SNAP contingency funds are a reserve of money to cover funding shortages. But Nebraska U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts says that's for emergency use only. 24 states have brought a lawsuit against the federal government, arguing the funds are able to be used during a government shutdown. But Ricketts says he believes the funds aren't allowed for this purpose.
I'm supportive of following the law of what the SNAP benefits say. And again, we're going to allow a court to adjudicate what that actually is determined. As you know, Andrew, we have lawsuits all the time to actually adjudicate what a certain law says or doesn't say. I'm supportive of going through that process to learn exactly what the law says.
Benefits will be shut down for the whole country November 1st if an agreement is not reached between the two parties. The USDA said it's ready to help distribute funds when the shutdown ends. Currently, this is the second longest government shutdown in history. Two Northeast Nebraska schools have been joined together for activities for years, but now they potentially could be headed in separate directions. The co-op between Clarkson and Lee hangs in the balance ahead of a Lee Public Schools Board of Education meeting. Clarkson's school board voted 6-0 to keep the co-op going at least through the 2028 school year. Now, Lee's holding a special meeting tonight in the Lee High School gymnasium that could potentially vote to keep or dissolve the 12-year co-op. Clarkson Lee currently competes at the D1 8-man level for football. Their current combined boys enrollment is 48. The cutoff for 11-man football next year is 55. In a Facebook post, Clarkson Public Schools stated to their community they believe it's important to let Lee's Board of Education express their perspectives while remaining respectful. When a school closes in a small town, the building often tells the story of what comes next. Some are given a second chance, others crumble with time. Well, in Johnstown, one family sees more than an empty building. And as Casey Wannenberg explains, they see a chance to bring a small town together again.
Driving through the Nebraska sandhills, you'll spot a few tiny villages still hanging on.
We're just a quaint little town.
Welcome to Johnstown, where Ruth Troby owns one of just a couple of businesses still open.
History is there.
Her bar, the Elbow Room, is full of history.
And there's the ticket.
Like this train ticket and diary from the man who opened it in the late 1800s.
Population says 65, but I would guess probably 50 of them are over 70 years old.
Despite the small population, Troby has managed to keep her business growing.
We opened up this wall several years ago, and what's behind here is the original bank.
Still, Troby knows Johnstown faces big challenges for such a small place.
When my dad was growing up here, because he grew up in this area, he said there were 2 grocery stores, 2 lumber yards.
That's why when a new family moves to town,
we lived in kind of a big place, so it was a little shocking.
With children, it's a big deal.
I was kind of excited about it because it was a littler town and I got to just go around the streets.
Sam and Lindsay Myers have not only moved their family to this small village,
Don't know if we're crazy or what we got going on,
but they've purchased the old school building, which closed in 2004 and hasn't seen much use in years.
We wanted to get this and then start doing something for the community, host like holiday meals and do homeschool groups and have Bible studies and just kind of open it up to some people.
While the family isn't ready to show off the inside of the building just yet and says there's a lot of work still to be done, they are excited about the possibilities of using this old school to bring together the community in a new way.
There is a lot of history in here. We're still kind of discovering stuff, you know, like old pictures from old classes that have graduated here, basketball teams, and just history about the place.
History that Troby is also trying to preserve.
And there's John Barry.
Like a picture of the man who founded the town. A town that may just be another small village for those driving down the highway, but Troby says is rich with history and heart.
And that's what keeps us going, is the people.
In Johnstown, Casey Wannenberg, News Channel, Nebraska.
What if, when you buy a custom vehicle, the money doesn't go to a dealership, but to funding cancer research? Well, that's the drive behind one national vehicle-based cancer awareness campaign that made a pit stop in southeast Nebraska yesterday. Cruise for a Cause brought a custom-built Ford F-150 to Ford dealerships in Fairbury and Beatrice yesterday. It's highlighted blue in honor of prostate cancer awareness. It was started by Wisconsin native Dan Neve. Both his wife and his mother, were diagnosed with breast cancer within a month. His original goal was to raise $10,000 for cancer research. He's since, though, donated more than $1.4 million.
You know, I was told once that I'm a perfect example of what one person can do to hopefully make a difference. And it's hard for me to accept that, but I think in the end it's probably true that, you know, if you really decide that you want to change something or at least help make a change, you can.
Cruise for a Cause has raffled off Mustangs like this one for the last few years. Switching gears this year to a truck, though, you can find more information and links to enter the Win the Truck on our website. A central Nebraska city giving the go-ahead to 8-figure upgrades to the local water park. Grand Island City Council this week approved a $13.1 million bid from a Lincoln company to renovate Island Oasis. That bid came in about $2.8 million under the estimated cost to upgrade the facility's water features, bathhouse, and parking lot. There are also plans to add a putt-putt course. City officials say work could begin as early as late this year. Some central Nebraska students are tackling world hunger one grain of rice at a time. Hanky Hazelton has more.
One might ask themselves, what exactly is the Free Rice app? Well, thanks for asking. It's a variety of questions students can answer and donate food to kids all around the world. But exactly how much rice?
When you get into it, you can start answering questions, and every answer you get right, it donates 10 rice, and it helps you gain knowledge.
When the kids get going, it progresses them to more and more difficulty. And I always have to answer the question. They'll say, Mr. Sidwell, if we miss something, does it take the grains of rice away? And no, there's no punishment like that.
Even though it takes place during class, it's completely optional. Students express excitement because diving into the website is like unlocking a treasure chest of ideas they'd never find in class, and it's all for a great cause.
They can take a look at things like psychology, English vocabulary, math, foreign languages. There are so many options where they can just enrich their mind. It's a beautiful enrichment activity.
Well, mostly I've been doing like vocabulary and spelling, but I've also learned a little bit of Polish.
I've been learning about some paintings, famous quotes, and other like music.
Sidwell said the kids didn't think 10 grains of rice was much at first, but as they nailed 100,000 questions, they watched their impact grow. Now, they're closing in on an incredible 1.1 million grains of rice donated.
That's about 150 pounds of rice. And when I tell these little 7th and 8th grade kiddos that that's their weight, it becomes a whole new exploration of how great they can become.
With less than 200 students here, Sidwell aims to spark a statewide movement inviting kids to join their cause that he believes will make a global impact. In Genoa, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
A recreation area in northeast Nebraska getting a new update, hoping to attract more people to the area. The Lower Elkhorn Natural Resources District says the owners of Sand Creek Post and Beam, a local business, are fully donating materials and resources to construct a pavilion at the Pilger recreation area. The rec area constructed over 50 years ago. It's one of the LENRD's smaller recreation areas. But NRD officials say the idea came locally to make a shaded space for events.
I mean, ultimately, it's a place to gather at this facility for, family outings, maybe family reunions, those types of things that they could have at this facility with a structure for everybody to gather.
Becker says they'll start construction on the 24-foot by 36-foot pavilion soon if weather permits. He believes it could be finished by spring. With Halloween right around the corner, Northeast Community College getting into the spirit. The 22nd annual Spooktacular Children's Carnival took place last night. It raises money for clubs on campus. Those clubs came up with booths that had carnival games and, of course, plenty of candy.
Clubs and organizations are already so busy with the things they do. Starting at 8 a.m. Tuesday, clubs start coming out and setting up. So they spend up to 12 hours getting these booths to look the way they do.
Tickets were available for purchase to play the games and buy food. That money goes right back to the clubs. Most of the booths had classic carnival games. Some had robots handing out candy to the kids. And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com. Click on the news tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.